All right, here we are, another week of the What in the World podcast. And this week we are back with Mark Stockland, who is one of our international partners from Haiti, who you don't live in Haiti, but you are our international. That's right. And so we're going to spend the next few minutes just talking about all things Haiti and Haiti Bible Mission. And I'm going to let you, Mark, introduce the ministry.
All right.
But welcome here. Thanks for coming.
Appreciate it.
I know Jason has you on a busy schedule of fun.
Yes, lots of fun.
Which is good. I'm glad that you get to have some fun while you're here. But a little bit of work for the next half hour.
That's it. I'm good. Let's roll.
Okay, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you? Who's your family? Where do you live? That stuff.
I have a wife, Lacey. We've been married a little over 22 years. We have 5 children. 5, yes. We had 3 biological and 2 adopted from Haiti. Mm-hmm. We have Barrick, who's 18, Minister, who's 17, Amri, who's 16, Judah, who is 14, and Micaiah, who is 10. So we are down in Fort Myers, Florida right now. We spent 16 years living in Haiti. Now we don't live there full time anymore in Haiti, but we go back and forth every month, 6 weeks, and host teams and do projects. And my wife's originally from Florida, and so that's kind of why home base there. And then I'm an Iowa farm boy, so I think God just had a sense of humor of let's take this farm boy, ship him to Haiti. So anyway,
that's amazing. What's the travel time between Fort Myers and Jeremy, Haiti? It's short, right?
Yeah, it actually takes longer to get from Fort Myers to Miami than from Miami to Haiti.
Okay.
So yeah, it's like a 2-hour and 20-minute drive, and then it's only like an hour and 45-minute flight.
Oh, so, incredible.
Yeah, so it makes it nice and easy with all the travel. Yeah,
right.
Like back and forth is not that hard. So
okay, cool. So Haiti Bible, I should have asked Jason, but we've been partners with HBM, Haiti Bible Mission, for how many years now? 10?
Close to 10 years, I think.
I would say probably around
almost 10 years, yeah.
Okay.
17, 18, yeah. So
what does Haiti Bible Mission do?
Our focus is empowering leaders to transform communities. Our whole thing is helping young men and women disciple them, give them the education training they want to do. So I back up. Whatever they want to do, I want to empower that. We're not the kind of mission that comes in and does something and then employs people. We want to help them and their dreams. So our leadership development program is if you want to be a doctor, a teacher, a pastor, a carpenter, whatever it is, that I'll raise the money, put you through schooling, but we disciple you, we equip you and train you. We do money management, business classes, English classes. We do all the things that help them plug them into the local church, because the whole goal is that they would fall in love with Jesus and have a foundation of Christ, but also that they would be set up economically for an education degree and then to move into the field that they want. So they're starting a business, business manager, whatever. So give you an example, like we got 2 restaurants where ladies that went through our program, that's what they wanted, is to run their own restaurant. And so now here they are, graduated, married with kids, running restaurants, employing people, giving back to the community. And so that's really what we do. And I love it.
Let's backtrack a little bit. What got you here? Like how you shared a little bit about this Tuesday morning in chapel, and it was a really interesting story. I think our listeners would love to hear a bit of your testimony with that.
All right, cool. Yeah, I grew up on the farm in Iowa and loved it. And but I went on a trip to Haiti when I was 17. And with my family, mom and dad and my brothers. But it changed my life, but never thought ministry would be for me. And actually had friends, parents and other people even say that, hey, ministry wasn't for me, which looking back, like, I don't know why they said that, maybe because I was crazy, which I am a little bit, but there's definitely power in words, because I think that being spoken over me, I just thought, okay, ministry would never be for me. But I was a very good athlete and golf was my thing. And I was number 1 in our school 4 years in a row. And so when I graduated, I moved down to Florida and my goal was to become a professional golfer. So I spent years trying to qualify for the PGA Tour, and it was a fun journey. It was hard though. But yeah, I remember God opened some doors for me to have some really good jobs as well, and got to help build the Jack Nicklaus Golf Course in Estero, Florida. It was a dream job, dream opportunity. Got to help caddy with Jack Nicklaus when he opened the course, which was absolutely amazing. But I remember like it was yesterday, just being on hole number 9, one of my favorite holes there, a little dogleg right with an island green. And I just looked at my wife and we were out there hanging out. There was a big party and I just looked at her and said, is this it? I feel like God had created me for something so much more. And so I was 20, 28 years old at the time. I didn't know what I was doing, but just said, hey, I was like, what do you think if we just sell everything we have and move to Haiti? I was like, make disciples. Like, I don't know how to do it. I don't know what I'm doing. Met with my pastor, and yeah, next thing you know, we had sold everything we had and moved a few months later to Haiti. So everyone said I wouldn't be in ministry, and now here I am, you know.
I just want to pause and insert like a fun family fact about your family. How did you not think you're born into ministry when your brothers' names are Matthew, Mark,
yeah,
Luke,
my
and
older
John?
brother Matthew, yeah, I'm Mark, Luke, and John, all 2 years apart. Yeah,
That's hilarious.
Mom and dad, Dave and Mary, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. My two youngest brothers are very gifted speakers, musicians, things like that. Served in and they're in ministry today. But yeah, never thought it would be me. So, but
when you brought that up to Lacey, was she like, "Yep, let's sell everything, let's go," or were you on the same page with that?
Yeah, I think I was a little fearful, but looking back, and she explains, if we go back, I actually proposed to her on a trip to Haiti, on the beach in Haiti. I spent a week there with her, with some friends, just wanted to make sure when we were dating that if I ever was broke and poor, she'd be with me, you know what I mean? Just see how she act. And so, yeah, I proposed to her on a trip there. She says that she knew from that moment, one day we'd be in ministry, and thought one day we'd be in Haiti. She didn't really tell me that, but when I told her, hey, what do you think about this? She said, yeah, let's go, let's do it. So yeah, she was on board, and yeah. It's not for everybody. Just jump in. We had no training, you know, like I didn't go learn how to fundraise or, you know, anything like that. It was a tough journey, but also I'm a little bit like Peter. I'll jump out of the boat, you know, I might sink, but I'm going to take a few steps on the water.
Well, I mean, this is just because I'm in fundraising now as well. That's a hard gig, especially when like you're just like jumping into something. And how did you go about like getting people to come alongside you? Did you have a commissioning organization, or did you just, you're like...
Our church in Fort Myers, Summit Church, started supporting us. It wasn't a lot, but yeah, actually we had nothing for a long time. It was very challenging to go from making really good money, living in a gated community, having boat, jet skis, toys, like new cars, like never having to ever worry about money, where food was coming from. Having my son just born and just moving to Haiti, that was definitely a challenge. But I also look back and think, when I felt that call from the Lord to just go like to Haiti, it just never, my faith, I guess God just gave me supernatural faith, because I just kept thinking, if he can take a few loaves and fish and feed thousands, he can take care of me and my family. And there were definitely times of hardships and stress and, you know, wondering where it was coming from. God has always provided, and I would have so many stories. And so, yeah, just, and then relationships, people I used to work with in the golf course, construction years ago, people Googling, checking us out, and then go speak. And then it's just the relationship from there. So,
yeah, cool. Let's talk about Haiti as a country currently. What's happening in Haiti right now? I think we all have this idea. We see news headlines, and that's all we see. But you have eyes on the ground. What's going on, and how's it affecting HBM? Yeah,
I think it's really hard right now. It's been hard the last few years, ever since the president was assassinated, and gangs have taken over 85% of Port-au-Prince. We don't have near the violence in our area at all, but because we're so far away and on the western side, even people in the north, what's happening, how we're affected is the ports with shipping, with getting our food and supplies, like Feed My Starving Children, one of our biggest partners where we get our food. You know, we can't get shipments in and out. Transportation on the ground is just impossible or so expensive. So like to get a sack of cement, you know, if the truck has to go through the different roadblocks with gangs, and they charge, I think it's like $2,500 a truck. Some places are $1,000, but they have to go through multiple of those in order to get through to come to Jeremy. So there's not many supplies that come. When they come, they're so expensive. So it really hurts our area, where a few $1,000 years ago would have gone so much further, where now material's really expensive. So, and without elections, and that's just it, they're trying to get control of the gangs so that elections can take place in November. We'll see, and we'll trust the Lord. But yeah, that makes it really hard, you know? So we're safe. Things are just really expensive and really challenging for just getting supplies, getting stuff done.
Yeah, for sure. Like we've I should maybe get an update on this before I say it on a podcast, but I think we've stopped all teams for any of our Haiti partners right now, but you guys are still.
Yeah, we take teams all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't. We've never stopped.
Okay.
Even during COVID, everything. Yeah, we've always taken teams. Yeah, and I think part of it is we're very well networked. But I couldn't say that if I was in port. So, I want to be careful. There's friends of mine that have had to close, and I get it. It's too unsafe.
Yeah.
We're not having to deal with that.
Right.
So we fly into either Cap Haitian, into Lacaille, and we're just a couple hours from Jeremy.
Okay.
We got a great security team, great police. We're out in the country, so it makes it a little easier.
Right.
So yeah, we've had 4 groups already this year, and got a couple more going on the rest of the year. So
nice.
Already got some teams booked for 2027. So yeah, I'm thankful to the Lord that we've been able to keep anywhere from 5 to 7, 8 teams every year.
Yeah. When is Moto Madness?
That's coming up just a couple more months. So
that's a crazy.
Yeah.
Tell us about Moto Madness.
Yeah,
What is it?
I started Moto Madness like 6 years ago. It's our 6th year, just based off March Madness. I think about, there's a lot of people that just know March Madness because it's big. They're not even into sports,
right?
But you would probably go, oh, I've heard of it, and I know it's the month of basketball, right? College basketball. So I started Moto Madness thinking, let's buy motorcycles. I'll step back to, I see a lot of places in Canada, other countries, the US, you can go vacation, spend a few $1,000, $3,000, $5,000, ride ATVs, 4-wheelers. And at the end of the trip, that's it. You just got great time and great pictures. But I was like, what if you could do that in Haiti, but have that same experience, but then give away that ATV, give away that motorcycle to change someone's life? Because in Haiti, motorcycles are the Swiss, I say the Swiss Army knife of, family, because it's a minivan. They put 4, 5, 6 people, 7, 8 people on those things, take people to school, get to work. So transportation in Haiti is huge, but motorcycles are the best. So I was like, why don't we do Moto Madness every year, same week, every year? We get people to come all over, buy a motorcycle for a few $1,000. Let's drive it, go do projects. And at the end, we'll surprise people, and we'll show up on the door, knock, and bless a family in need with a new motorcycle. And it's absolutely amazing.
That's so fun. How many people do you usually have?
Last year we only had 8, 9 people.
That's a decent size.
Yeah, but not compared to what we have this year. We have 34.
What?
We have 34 people coming this year. 34 people.
That's just so funny to me that it's closed off gang violence. Biggest year yet for Moto Madness.
Yeah, biggest year yet, Moto Madness. I think we have 16 people from Canada here coming. So it's grown. It's really, really cool. I think people are catching the vision. And I think too, sometimes they're like, oh, well, we'll come when things slow down or get better. If you wait for that, you may never. You just keep going and plugging away. And as long as it's safe enough to host teams, we're going to keep doing it. And I think Moto Madness was a draw too. It's a ton of fun. This year's going to be absolutely amazing.
Oh, fun. Jason's going, right?
Yes, he is.
Is his son going too?
Yes, he is. Jaden, it's going to be great.
Anyone else from the office?
I think just those 2 from the office, but...
TJ, I know you're listening.
Oh, yeah. Once you see the pictures and videos, you guys are all going to want to come. Yeah, for sure.
TJ has this need for near-death experiences. So.
We can give him that. I can definitely give you that. So, yeah.
A few people in the office, they like to live on the edge, but
No, it's definitely gonna be fun. We want to make sure everyone's safe. Medical care is not the greatest there.
Sure.
But no, the goal is just have fun, serve the Lord, work alongside our Haitian men and women, empower them, do some projects, and then give the bikes away. And everyone wins, meaning we get the experience, we get the fun, the pictures, the camaraderie of enjoying those rugged trails and fun trips on bikes. But then to see a family blessed, you'll come back here and be like, man, it was so fun. Glad we could help people. So
I love combining fun with ministry.
I do too.
We all want to have fun.
100%.
We all want to help. Let's just combine the two.
I agree.
Yeah, totally. I kind of want to talk a little bit about the history of Haiti and and maybe you can debunk this, but there's always chitter chatter about spiritual strongholds on Haiti and where did that stem from? And is there some, I just want to know your take on that. And why is Haiti, one of many countries, just suffering from oppression all the time?
Yeah, I think there's probably many things, but I think that when they dedicated their country to a voodoo worshiping country, I think that's a very, and handed it over to Satan, I think that's a really big thing. I know that 100-year had come up. I forget. Sorry, I should know this. I know my wife and kids do, but it wasn't. It was just a few years ago where that was that 100 years was up.
Okay, sorry.
From when
backtrack for a
dedicated when they dedicated the country to a voodoo worshiping satanic nation.
So this was a ceremony. This was an event.
Yeah, this is what we are. Okay. That'd be like saying, "Hey, I'm Catholic, I'm Lutheran, I'm Protestant." Yeah, exactly. Okay. This is the kind of country we are, and so
they decided for the next 100 years.
Yeah, that's what's going to be. And so when you do that, I think then you definitely are going to have strongholds. I mean, we still see that. And so even though the 100-year ban or whatever that has been up, you're still reaping the consequences of that, because you're not honoring the Lord. You're actually involved with satanic things. And so even in our evangelical Baptist Bible churches all across Haiti, not just ours, but all of them, there's still a stronghold of, I would say, anywhere from 40% to 50% of our people in our church that still, if their kids are sick, their first reaction is not to pray. It's to go to the witch doctor, the voodoo priest, and get a potion, a spell, get something, get a remedy. And so you think about that stronghold, right? Generation after generation, right? Of like, hey, this is what we do. And so you have to preach against it, you have to fight it, but you know what I mean? So I think you struggle with that. Now you add that into your government, decisions they're making, things like that. And I'm not going to go into all, there's a lot of messed up things in all governments, but Haiti just seems pretty open and blatant, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of corruption there too. And it breaks my heart, because really the ones that suffer are the people. And I love the Haitian people, you know?
Yeah. Well, and that kind of segues perfectly into like a bit about what your ministry does. And I love that Haiti Bible Mission focuses so much on raising up leaders,
right,
and focuses on family. And do you want to talk a bit about like your core values and like the why behind that? Yeah,
I mean, like, family is our first ministry. We have 10 core values, but you know, Jesus is number one, that we make him famous, not us. And number two is to live a life worth imitating. We want our lives to be authentic, humble, Christ-like, so people can say, hey, I want to be like that. And we always say that if I can't look at one of my men and say, hey, to tell my kids, look at these men, be like that, there's a problem. If I look at some of our women leaders, and if I can't say, hey, Amory, Kaya, my daughters, be like that. And then the same with me or anyone. And so, but yeah, the whole developing leaders, that's our goal, is to just saturate Jeremy with godly families that love the Lord. That there's a big cultural thing there where people live together, or you know, have multiple women, multiple kids, and you're just contributing to the poverty. And we're in there trying to help people start businesses, empower them, help them be successful in the world's eyes, but also in God's eyes, meaning like to have a good business, but to have a good foundation of being married with kids, and share the gospel with their neighbors, and help in times of need. And so I am seeing that, and I absolutely love it. Even Pastor Elday's got 4 of his own kids. He even adopted a special needs kid from the hospital. And I sit there and go, these are stories that aren't making the news, right? Like God is alive and active, doing some amazing things in Haiti through these amazing men and women. And I just get to tell the stories and raise the funds. They're the ones now doing it. Where it used to be me doing it, you know, the training and everything. It's exciting now that they're the ones doing it. It's really cool.
Yeah. Well, like, it's such a cultural stronghold to break, what you just talked about, which is like, you know, even people within the evangelical church going to the witch doctor for their...
Oh, yeah.
Well, that takes like cycle breaking, and it takes training up leaders to like bring everything to the foot of the cross and bring everything to Jesus. And like, that does not belong there. And slowly like breaking these cycles of strongholds, I guess. And so I like that.
There's even strongholds in our pastors and churches. I got criticized by some of my own pastors and churches for going down and spending time with Tipapa, one of the witch doctors who ran a brothel. I think you know the story. You might have seen the video.
I want you to tell the story.
Yeah, so like after Hurricane Matthew in 2016, I have known about Tipapa, knew who he was, but didn't really hang out with him. He needed help because when Hurricane Matthew came through, it destroyed everything. And they needed food and help. So he reached out to me, and right away that week we went down and gave food. So I got to meet him, see what was going on. And then I started bringing my staff down. Then I started bringing my wife, Lacey, and my children down. And I was getting criticized from all kinds of Christian people while I was hanging with them. I even had I'm not going to name the group, but I even had a church group from the U.S. criticize us when we went down to do ministry there, asked why we were going down to a witch doctor's and why we were hanging with girls in prostitution or at a brothel. And I'm sorry,
but like, Jesus would have hung out.
It's exactly. I say, well, maybe we should open the scriptures and see what Jesus did. And so we were getting a lot of flack from it from other people. But as I was bringing my Haitian men and women down and my kids, my daughter, Amory, I think she was 12 at the time. She, the first time she went there, she was 12, and she saw these girls and she started crying. She was so broken over how they were living. And she goes, Dad, she goes, I want to do something to love on them and make them feel special because God had created them. And so we've thrown a few parties at our house, invited them up. They'd come up and play games, cornhole, card games. And my daughter is getting all their numbers at 12 years old and started texting them and doing Bible studies with them. And you'll have to check out our documentary. If any of your partners or people want it, they could take, we can give you the link and you can see it.
Yeah,
but,
I'll try and remember to link it with this podcast.
Yeah,
it's very cool.
It's really, really cool. But it ended up being that we rescued one
and
we rescued two. And I told the witch doctor, Tipapa, who's one of my closest friends, said, if you keep inviting us down, we're going to keep rescuing these girls. He goes, that's fine. He goes, we'll get more. And I said, we're just going to keep rescuing more. So, but true story, like this last summer, he literally shut it down. We got all the girls out. We got them all jobs, a place to stay. And, helped them start a little business so they could be self-sustaining, not have to live that kind of life. And it's been like the coolest God story. And like Tipapa and his family, we had to help him start another business, and things like that. So when people look at what do we do and what do we use our funding for, our main thing is discipleship and leadership development and helping people with business. But through that, these doors and these needs come up where you're like, now we're trying to, fund these girls to be able to get a place to stay or build them a home, get them a job and a business, and then help Tipapa with a business that honors the Lord, that's not a bad one. And that takes funding and things. But now my Haitian men and women are the ones investing into these people and spending time and going down and doing training. And it's just super fun to see.
Yeah.
And those are things that I say I wish would make the news because that would inspire people to go, wow, like God is alive and active, doing some amazing things in Haiti. And it's just not always, it's the bad stuff that makes the news.
Yeah. People love chasing ambulances.
Yeah.
And what a cool thing to witness your daughter doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty special too.
It is big time.
Is she still quite involved in that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We were just there 2 weeks ago. We were down there just ministering to Tipapa and the family, doing our food distribution, things like that, projects. My daughter also runs Haiti's Heroes, which is our hospital ministry.
Oh, Haiti's Heroes. I saw that on the website. Yeah.
Yeah. She started that when she was 8.
Oh, wow.
And so there was two or three abandoned kids at the hospital because we used to go down and help at times. So I brought her down. And that's the thing when you invite as a parent, when you get your kids involved, they're just, if they see you doing it, they're going to jump in. You don't have to force them. So this was all just God touching their hearts. But yeah, through those abandoned kids, my daughter got a ukulele, would go down and sing to these kids every day, take them food and gifts. And that started out, she goes, I want to do something to help them. So she helped get those the kids adopted at another mission. And then she came up with the logo, Haiti's Heroes, came up with a ministry, raises funds to go down and every single week pay for every prescription for every sick kid in the pediatric center there in Jeremy, Haiti, and takes the parents little gifts, takes them food, makes sure all their medications are paid for so that those kids are not stuck in the hospital with no help. And she's a world changer, man. She's incredible.
That's unreal.
Yeah. And then my oldest son, Barrick, I think he was 13. He started Three Passions soccer ministry. Okay. And so that's a couple of my highlights is even just my kids. Like it used to be me doing it, right? Then it used to be me and my Haitian leaders. Now I've got a couple of my kids just running ministry. So his whole thing was he was playing soccer with the kids and I called him up for dinner. And he came up and I couldn't find him. He wasn't at the dinner table. I go in his room and he's crying. All his buddies went home and I said, what's wrong? And he goes, it's not fair. He goes, none of my friends get to eat. He says, they're going home hungry. And he goes, and I get to come up and have a meal every night. And he goes, I always ask you guys what I'm going to eat. And my friends actually ask the question if they're going to eat. And I was a 13-year-old teenager who was saying that. He might have been 12. I think he was 12 or 13. But anyway, he said, I want to do something. So let's do something about it. I said, let's invite him up tomorrow, share the gospel with him. Let's feed him. Let's get to cook some food. And from that on, he said he started a ministry called Three Passions. He says, number one is it's soccer, food, and Jesus. Those are his three passions. So
I love that.
Yeah, I even got like the little thing here, the three passions, and then the Haiti's Hero stuff. So so what he does is he raises money.
Very cool.
To get soccer equipment, soccer balls, jerseys, Bibles, and then he hosts soccer tournaments, not just in Jeremy, but every week they go around to a different field all around Jeremy, Haiti, out in the country, and then they will share the gospel, feed everybody that shows up, give Bibles, and then give sports equipment. So between my two kids, two of the 5 kids, they're crushing it.
You want to come on another podcast and we'll do parenting?
We could do that. Absolutely. I would say for parenting, just live a life that pushes your kids. I mean, if you give generously, your kids will see that. If you go serve locally, not everyone's called to go to Haiti, Africa, China, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Not every Guatemala, Mexico. No, go on a mission trip. But I do think that my parenting advice would be model what you want your kids to be like. Too many times we're busy working, trying to just make money. When you go really spend time and model what it looks like to live on mission locally as well. Like your local church, your local community, and all of a sudden your kids will, you'd be surprised. You get a kid on fire and you can't stop them because they got the energy that a lot of us older people don't. So
I'm yet to crack that. Mine are still into Nerf guns, and that's about it.
Well, send them to Haiti for a week with me, and
that's really neat. Also, I just love that one of the 3 passions is food, like any good teenager boy would include in.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. Well, you got to eat, so they love to eat.
Yeah. What are we at here? Okay. Well, I think a lot of people feel like Haiti is hopeless.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the opposite side of that. Where have you seen God win? Where are you currently seeing God work? I mean, you kind of touched on that, but like leaving people on a note of hope for Haiti.
I see hope every single day.
Yeah.
Like I've got many stories. We could talk another time about witch doctors coming to know Christ, some big time witch doctors that are super famous coming to know Christ. See teenage kids coming to know Christ through my son's soccer ministry, families coming to church through the hospital ministry. I love seeing all the leaders through Haiti Bible Mission that are now doing all the ministry, handling all the flights that come in and out, hosting teams, doing the prison ministry, running all the ministries that we do, including the soccer, the hospital. That's all run by Haitian men and women when my family's in the U.S. And so I see that. And then the businesses that we've been able to help start, and we have a bunch more that we're working on that we need partnering with. But the businesses that we've started, the hope, what I love is to see that they're making money, they're employing people, their dreams are coming true, right? But then they're able, and so one of the mandatory things is with every business we start is they have to give back to the community. So they have to either put a roof on someone's house, feed some orphans and kids or widows, families, or they pay for kids' school. So they have to do something like that every single month, and we have to track that. And so now it's Haitians helping Haitians. You don't need the white guy. You don't need the missionary, right? Like to me, I go, that's what brings me hope. It's like if HBM closed down, Haiti Bible Mission was no longer there, and I was not able to set foot there, you'd still see Jeremy Haiti thriving. I believe that with my whole heart, because we have a whole slew of men and women who are married with families that understand, that love their country, love their people, love their community, and want to see it change. You know, they take pride. They don't want it to be dirty. They don't want it to be violent. You know, they want to be successful, but they also are giving back to the community. And I go, when people say it's hopeless, I'm like, come walk around Jeremy Haiti with me for a couple of days, a week. I was like, you'll come back singing a different tune because you'll be like, oh my gosh, like I see it. These people are amazing. And so, I see it every single day.
Yeah. Yeah. I know you've always been a cheerleader for like Haitians helping Haitians and leadership development, and we're doing a big, like HFL is doing a big kind of shift of focus to localization of leadership too, for this exact reason, because you know, if we suddenly can't leave Canada, we want everyone to be able to be okay in their own countries, and developing leaders is the way to do it.
It's huge. So it's the model that Jesus did. Just look at the Gospels. He spent 3 years. Did they get everything right? No. But sometimes our best lesson is falling and making those mistakes and learning. And when you're the kind of leader or organization that will allow people to make mistakes and grow and love, like that's the best lesson anyway, right? Like that's schooling. Some of the best things you and I probably know is the test that we bombed or failed, or that answer we got wrong, or you know, and we're like, oh, I'll never forget that. Why? Because that was the best lesson. And so the other thing I think is if we were to die or pass on, like if our ministries or jobs only rely on us, then there's a huge void. But what if 100%. We surrounded ourselves with a couple people that could actually do what we do and maybe even do it better? That opens the door for me to then do something else, go somewhere else. It allows somebody else to grow and allows the ministry to not have a void or gap. So I think multiplication and developing leaders to me is essential really in any job or business. So especially on the mission field though. I love it.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming and sharing. It's always nice to catch up and hear from partners because Jason and Angela and the rest of the team, they get to do all the fun project work, and here we're just behind the scenes creating content. So this is fun.
That's right. No, it's awesome. Fun. Well, you guys matter. You make a huge, yeah, it's awesome.
Any final thoughts? How can, like, if somebody's like kind of on the fence about either wanting to go to Haiti or go anywhere, like, what would you tell them? Like, what if they were like, I'll just make money and send it, or, yeah.
I think there's times for that. I think my encouragement would be to go, even if it's on a mission trip locally, but to go once at least. I think it just opens your eyes. It opens your kids' eyes to see the way the rest of the world really operates. I think that's it, is opening your eyes and seeing it. And again, I'm a huge advocate for getting a new car, a new house, and being taken care of and going on those nice vacations. I believe that God wants us to enjoy those things big time, but I also think enjoying them versus saying that I'm owed or deserving of those, and then being able to do both. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, can you give and help people in a third world country? Can you go on a mission trip, right, and make an impact while enjoying things, right? Because I think some people think it's one or the other. Right. And I'm one of those advocates. No, man, enjoy life. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But I do think that you want to inspire your kids or coworkers, or just live on mission. Like, I think we'll really feel bad if we stand before God one day and we realize that we had played it so safe. And we really didn't take some risk to say, like, God, my life is yours. My money's yours. This world is just temporary. I'm just passing through. And how can you make an impact for Jesus, for kingdom? So I think that would be huge for people to just step out of their comfort zone and go. Even it doesn't mean they're going to be missionaries. Just go do it once, and then pray for people, partner with them. We've got a bunch of leaders that need sponsoring, and so it's like $3,500 a year. Like I said, our leadership development program. Right. So somebody could be like, what could I do to make a difference? $3,500. That's US. Let's make that clear here on this podcast.
That's like $1 million Canadian.
Yeah, that's like $5 million in Canadian. I've got so much change in my pocket right now. Man, every place is giving me all these little loonies. But but anyway, like, we've got a ton of new leaders that are in our program, and I love that every year God keeps bringing new leaders. But there's a cost to empowering them, helping them get the education, training they need, pay for their schooling, their housing, all that we do. So that would be huge if somebody's like, hey, how can I help? Pray, of course. It'd be great to have you come see it, really catch the passion and the bug for it, to really see what God is doing, and then to be able to give and help some of these men and women, their dreams come true. I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah. Or just come on a motorbike trip with you.
You could do that too.
Not this year.
Not this year. We have like 34 people. Full. We're full. So
there's a wait list for 2027.
I think there will be. I think these guys are going to come back and be like, it's going to be awesome.
I love that. That's very cool. Well, we're going to end on that note. So thanks again for coming in. And if people want to know more, Haiti Bible Mission is on our website, hungerforlife.org. What's your website?
HaitiBibleMission.org.
Easy peasy.
HaitiBibleMission.org. That's right.
Okay.
Thank you, Jessica. Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming.
Appreciate you guys.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go. Peace.
At Hunger for Life, we envision thriving global communities. That means right here in Chilliwack and across the world. HFL partners local churches and groups with international leaders around the world. And through this, we hope to create lasting change. We have a 100% model, which means people like you support staff like me, Jesse, while having 100% of all project funds reach the field. Don't know where to start with serving here or overseas? Check out our website at hungerforlife.org. Follow our social media or listen to more episodes of this podcast.